What are they doing wrong? I mean, the officer just stops them and just arrests them? What for?
I'm not sure why the officer immediately detained him.
Really?
Quick legal takeaway: being charged with evading arrest plus unlawful carrying is more than a traffic slap. Those charges carry jail time and fines. The judge just gave Miranda-style warnings and jumped straight to probable cause, meaning there's enough evidence to move forward. Notice how the officer's story, speeding red light passenger fleeing, is building the case. Question: if you saw a passenger bolt and toss something, would you expect police to chase? Drop your thoughts.
The evading arrest or detention and unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine on both of those cases. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 14th, 2025, an officer observed a vehicle speeding on Gulf Freeway feeder by radar device going 72 miles per hour in a 40-mile-per-hour zone. The officer then observed the vehicle turn left at a red light. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer instructed the driver to step out of the vehicle, and the officer began to detain the driver. As the officer was detaining the driver, the front passenger, the defendant, exited the vehicle. The officer instructed the defendant to return to the vehicle, and the defendant ignored the officer's instructions and started to walk away. The officer ordered the defendant to stop, and the defendant started running northbound.
Big moment. The officer saw the passenger reach to his waistband and toss something then. 2 miles later, officers recovered a firearm at that same spot. That locks in probable cause for a weapons charge. Visual contact plus recovery ties the gun back to the suspect. Prosecutors love this kind of clean evidence trail. This is where a routine stop becomes serious. Audience poll: was the officer's 2-mile pursuit justified or too far?
The officer observed the defendant place his left hand near the front of his waistband and throw a small black and blue object near a fence. The officer informed other officers of the defendant's location. Officers observed the defendant running eastbound on the 3,300th block of Scott Street and attempted to apprehend the defendant. The defendant was apprehended at the 3,100th block of Milby Street, approximately 0.2 miles away from the scene. The officers searched the area and located a firearm. The officer remained in visual contact with the location and no individuals approached that area.
What are they doing wrong? I mean, the officer just stops them and just arrests them? What for?
I'm not sure why the officer immediately detained him.
Really? Is that what we do now? We just stop and arrest? No. I'm going to find no probable cause in your case. Just be careful, man. If you got a gun, God forbid you use it, something happens, you dig yourself in a hole. Come on, man. We got one life. Be smart. Go to school, get some knowledge, make a ton of money, you know? Take a seat, please. Thanks, bud.
What's the last name, Judge?
Gaston.
Okay.
On both, no PC.
All right, Judge, next is page 6.
Did they arrest the driver? I mean, did they charge him with anything? Do you know? Do we have him for anything?
No, there's no connected cases.
Just driving while black.
Your Honor, I would just, I'm going to point that out here. It was a speeding stop where the passenger was getting out of the car. I would say the officer would have the right to at least make sure the passenger was in the car while he was conducting a stop. That's his.
Yes.
I don't even think that's an arrestable offense. You know? It's not an arrestable offense. They just literally pull him out, he's speeding, and they arrest him. And then the co-defendant's doing nothing wrong. He just gets out of the car. He can just walk away. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong.
Eric Limas.
Mr. Lemus, you're charged with reckless driving. You
Por
are facing up to 30 days in jail
hasta 30 días.
and or a $500 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 15th,
El 15 de marzo
2025,
del 2025,
officers were working a
oficiales estaban
street
trabajando
racing takeover
en
operation
una operación
at
de la
909
calle de
Shepherd Drive
909
in
Shepherd
Harris
Drive en
County,
Condado
Texas.
Harris, Texas.
The officer
Los
observed a
oficiales
vehicle
observaron
fail
un
to signal a lane
vehículo que no
change and run a red light while
hizo
oncoming traffic was present.
y venía tráfico. I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes. The officer
Los
observed the
oficiales observaron
vehicle
un
failed to
vehículo que
signal a
no
lane
puso su
change
señal para cambiar
and
el
run a
carril
red
y se
light
pasó una luz roja
with oncoming
con
traffic.
tráfico que venía en su contra.
The vehicle then
El vehículo
continued
entonces
to weave
continuó
between lanes
a pasar entre los carriles
at speeds
Pasar de un carril a
exceeding
otro.
60 miles per hour
a las velocidades de hasta
In a
60
35 miles per hour
por hora
zone.
en una zona de 35 millas por hora.
The passenger was
El pasajero
seen
se
hanging
vio
out of the window
por la ventana, la ventanilla,
while the vehicle was in
mientras el
motion.
vehículo estaba en marcha.
A traffic stop was
Se hizo
initiated.
un alto.
The defendant denied
El
his actions and
el acusador negó sus acciones al
the
oficial.
officer
El
informed him
oficial
that
le
they would be on
informó
camera.
que estaban en cámara.
Officer informed what?
El
The
oficial
defendant that
observó
they would be on camera,
que el
the dash
acusado
cam.
estaba
Okay, so
Grabado en
just pulls him
cámara.
out. Does he ask for a license, insurance, anything like that? Just pulls him out and arrests him?
At that point, they did,
En ese
I believe they
momento.
arrested him for
Creo que lo
reckless driving.
arrestaron por manejo imprudente.
Yes, you. Mr. Lemus, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you run him to see if he has a Texas driver's license, please?
Pause. The judge just confirmed the defendant is 17 and promised a court-appointed lawyer huge deal. Minors get special protections, and appointing counsel is mandatory. The judge also linked bond conditions, no driving, sign affidavit to immediate consequences, moving from arrest straight into supervision. Reminder, at 17, you're not always in juvenile court, depends on the charge and jurisdiction. Engagement question. If you were advising a 17-year-old here, would you say take the deal or fight it?
He does not have a
Pregunta si tiene licencia de manejar. No, no tiene licencia.
Mr. Lemus,
Mr. Limas.
if you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name, then you
Seguro.
are not allowed to drive.
Permite manejar.
That is a condition of your bond.
Son de tu
If I
fianza.
find that you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you because they sweep it on a daily basis, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with.
Él bajo custodia hasta
And then
que
you get shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
él lo entiende. Tiene que estar-
Yes or no?
Sí o no? Yes.
How old are you, sir?
¿Qué edad tiene usted, señor?
17.
17.
Okay. I will provide you a lawyer today. So what we'll do is I'll have you fill out an application for me for a court-appointed lawyer.
Para
I'm
una
going to have you sign your reset with Victoria. I will have you take a seat in the jury box while we find you a lawyer. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Otherwise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 15th, 2025 at 3:34 a.m., officers made a traffic stop and asked for a second officer to make scene as well. The officer observed a silver Chevrolet Malibu with no headlights on. The officer approached the driver's side and observed the defendant to be behind the wheel and
Hold on a second. Ladies, move away from each other, please. Miss Uloa,
The officer approached the driver's side and observed the defendant to be behind the wheel and operating the vehicle. The officer observed glassy eyes and odor of an alcoholic beverage. The second officer, a DRE, observed a mild odor of an alcoholic beverage, bloodshot eyes, and unsteady balance. The defendant stated that he was coming from the library and drank 2 beers, 18
library?
from a library. I don't know, Your Honor.
Sure. Popular
and then-
library, I tell you.
He drank 2 beers 18 to 24 hours ago. SMSTs were conducted. It was a 6 out of 6 on the HDN, a 4 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 3 out of 4 on the one leg stand. The defendant was arrested and declined to provide a sample, so a blood warrant was signed.
I forgot what the stop was. What was the stop for?
No headlights at night.
Mr. Torres, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? Sir. Can you run him to see if he has any prior DWIs and if he has a driver's license?
Not any prior DWIs. His license is ineligible.
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 You are not allowed to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life, and I don't care what you got to do. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 kittens. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, you are not allowed to drive. Do you understand? Sir. You will be signing an affidavit with me today. This is a promise that you're going to make to me that you're not to drive. There's no justification that you can give for getting into a car and driving. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Hire a lawyer.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, we are going to give you time. I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I will get you to Victoria, we will have you sign a reset. After that, you will get with Fleischer for your bond condition, and after that, you're free to go. Be careful and protect my community, because if I find that you're a danger to it, it's not gonna go well for you. You understand?
Sir.
Okay, come on.